I've been wanting to ride the River Indy ever since I first saw it at its launch earlier this year in February, because this electric scooter, it promises to be a little different than others in its class. The brand is claiming it to be the SUV of scooters because of its rugged design and an array of practical features that it has. And today I finally got the chance to ride it and see what it really is about. Welcome to Evo India and welcome to the first ride review of the River Indy. But before we go ahead, make sure you're subscribed to the Evo India YouTube channel and also hit that bell icon to stay notified for all things thrill of riding as well as thrill of driving. Now let's start with a quick walk around it first. I'll be honest, I am a fan of the way how the Indy looks. It gets these massive twin pod LED headlights with DRLs at the front, which are definitely going to give it a unique identity out on the road, especially at the night. It rides on 14-inch alloy wheels and gets a 110 section tyre at the front and a 120 section tyre at the rear. There's a traditional telescopic fork setup at the front and twin gas shock absorbers at the rear. The Indy also gets disc brakes at both ends with a combined braking system. Here on the front apron, there's a massive 12-litre storage space. And on the dash, there's a 6-inch digital instrument cluster. Now, practicality is going to be one of the Indy's USP, and just look at this storage space. It's 43 litres. Heck, I've also got my helmet in here. Now, this pannier mount, it is an optional accessory for the optional panniers which River is also going to provide with the Indy. Let's move to the rear. At the back, there's a traditional horizontal tail light which goes with the overall theme of the Indy. I think it looks ace. Let's talk about the motor now. The Indy gets a mid-mounted PMSM motor which produces 8 bhp and it draws power from the floorboard-mounted 4 kWh battery pack. Now, claim range for the Indy, well, that's about 120 kilometers on a single charge. But the Indy also gets 3 ride modes: Eco, Ride, as well as Rush. And top speed of the Indy, that's 90 kilometers an hour.
River is also going to offer a whole host of accessories with the Indy, including a visor, a phone mount, 20-litre pannier boxes on either side, and even a 25-litre all-weather top box to increase the storage capacity. It's available in a total of 3 vibrant color options: the monsoon blue, which I was riding, there's a summer red, and even a spring yellow.
Okay, we are out on the open road now, finally riding the River Indy, and let's begin with its ergonomics first. As you can see, the handlebar is fairly high set. I'm 5'7", my knees aren't touching the handlebar, but people up till 6 feet or even 6 feet 1 or 2 inches won't be having a problem with the room in this bike. The floorboard, that is massive, and River is also going to provide accessories which are going to fit in here in the footwell, which are going to prevent from stuff falling over. Now the Indy gets a 6-inch digital instrument cluster which provides all the necessary information that one might ever need. There's the speedo, the ride mode indicator, the trip meters, the range indicator, the state of charge. When you're charging the Indy, it also shows you the time left to fully top up the vehicle, which I think is particularly nice. I just have 2 complaints with this unit. One, that it doesn't get any connectivity of any sort, and it also isn't very legible in direct sunlight. The speedo is fine, but I'm having a hard time to read all the other smaller units on the sides of this cluster. But again, this is one area where River has told us that it is certainly going to improve upon for the production versions.
The Indy also gets foot pegs for the front which aid comfort and when in use, give it a cruiser-like riding posture.
I'm very surprised with the way how the Indy rides. That is really, really impressive. It gets a telescopic fork at the front and twin charged gas shock absorbers at the rear. And River has done a very good job with the damping of this setup. The rear in particular, it is very soft and it irons out big undulations in the roads. And over rough roads especially, it is very, very neat. The front is a little stiff to my liking. But again, River says that that is one area where they are going to improve upon and make it even more comfortable.
The Indy gets 165 mm of ground clearance, which is on par with the Ola S1 Pro, but better than both the Ather 450X and TVS iQube. And because River is calling it an SUV of scooters, I took it for a stroll off the road as well. And I have to say, it performs rather well. The suspension does a good job of ironing out rough roads, and the wide tires give it sure-footedness and also add to the comfort.
The overall fit and finish levels of the scooter, those are also very nice. Especially commendable for something which is a first product from a startup.
The Indy is an impressive electric scooter. It's for those folks who are looking for something which is going to turn heads out on the open roads because of its unique styling, is highly practical and also has a respectable amount of real world range. It was priced at Rs 1.25 lakh ex-showroom Bengaluru when it was launched earlier this year in February. But like all the other electric scooters, because of the omission of the FAME to subsidies now, this is also going to see a price hike.
But what River has told us is the fact that the price will remain unchanged for the initial customers who booked the Indy early on. The River Indy then is for those folks who put comfort and mainly practicality above everything else. Sure, it does need a little improvement, but it is a very good scooter to live with on a daily basis.